Hi, Cubing World! Right now I'm at work at the Liberty Science Center. This is the design room where, for the last 2 years, a team constructed this amazing 7,000 square foot exhibition. And as you can see here, and I'm sure you may have seen in all of the media stuff I've been doing, this red shirt has sort of become a part of me for the last 2 weeks. And I'm not making this video because the Science Center is telling me to or anything like that. I genuinely would like to tell you guys that this exhibition is amazing, and I hope you all get here for Nationals in August because it's being held here and you can check it out. It's really, really cool. You have a Rubik's Cube solving robot. There's a bunch of creative things inspired by the cube relating to music and science and the history of the cube and different design things. And anyway, I just wanted to make this video to tell you a little bit about what's been going on with me for the last 2 weeks, because it really has been pretty insane. So, where to begin? I did consulting for this exhibition and did some video interviews and that sort of thing last year. And in January, I decided to take some time off to school to work on a few Rubik's Cube related projects that I'm currently working on. One of them is actually going to be announced and released in the next 3 weeks, so I'm really excited for that, so stay tuned. Anyway, I figured, hey, this exhibition has everything Rubik's Cube related, and it's not just like a lot of people go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to walk in and just see a bunch of different Rubik's Cubes. And there's a station with a bunch of different puzzles. You have Rubik's puzzles, Meffert's puzzles, everything. A lot of cool stuff. But it's really about beyond Rubik's Cube, going beyond how the cube has transcended the toy or puzzle boundary. And it's really a huge influence and has a ton of applications in all different things. So that's what this design team spent so much time in this room trying to accomplish. When I was here in October, Professor Rubik himself was here, Jessica Friedrich, who I'm sure many of you are familiar with, and it's just really like this team has invested so much time into this exhibition, and it's still not completely completed. I mean, everything's there, the exhibition is good to go, but there's still a few kinks we're working out, and it can only improve. So I'm really, really excited to see the direction this takes in the next few months. Not in terms of adding stuff to the exhibit or changing things, but just in what sort of crowds we can bring in and the reactions we get from the public. It just opened a week ago, and I'm so excited to be a part of this. So my job, I am the Speedcuber in residence here at the Science Center, which is really cool. I guess this makes me the first ever professional Rubik's Cube solver. A bunch of us have done cool things with, like, I know I did a Volkswagen commercial a couple of years ago. A bunch of people have had videos go viral. Angel Lim apparently did something with Top Gear not too long ago. What else? I don't know. A lot of people have done media things for the cube and that sort of thing. But in this last week, I had a phenomenal amount of exposure, which I'll talk to you about. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this because this exhibition is just amazing. And it's really cool to be employed. Essentially, for the summer, I have a steady job solving Rubik's Cubes. So it's about 11 in the morning right now when I'm recording this. And I spent the first 2 hours just in the exhibition, helping out, engaging kids, and the public loves it. It really helps to promote speed cubing and spread it. Because while, everyone has videos online, it's different to have thousands and thousands of people coming through this exhibition, interested in the cube, like looking forward to seeing different Rubik's Cube things, and then I'm there able to, walk up to them, start a conversation, interact with them, and solve the cube. And as I'm sure you guys can imagine, it really doesn't matter quite how fast you are for solving the Rubik's Cube to be impressive, but I average around 8 seconds. So everyone at this exhibition, all of the guests coming through are really blown away, and it's just so cool for me to be able to show off in that capacity, and I really do think I've been doing a good job of promoting speed cubing. So some of the other things I've done recently, let me think. I got here on April 21st, the day after Easter, and I started the job on April 22nd. So today is May 4th. I'm coming up on 2 weeks now. The first few days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, were literally insane. Just absolutely ridiculous. So ridiculous to the point where I still haven't had a chance to process everything and think back to it. So we'll see what I come up with to tell you right now. But in all honesty, I still need to sort through everything that happened, because it was literally like interviews for hours on end, and it got to the point where I was doing so much stuff. And this is no one's fault but my own. I wasn't being abused or anything, but because I had to travel around so much and do so many different interviews, and I was working on a lot of stuff to start promoting myself on social media and that sort of thing, so that I can put myself out there and really, hopefully promote speedcubing in a big way. Well, I had so much going on that in my first 8 days here, I'm pretty into fitness and that sort of thing, and I got here weighing 175 pounds. I weighed myself a few days ago, and I'm coming back. I'm on a normal schedule now, and eating well and that sort of thing. But in that 8-day span, I went from 175 to 159. Like a completely unhealthy loss. I've never had anything like that happen in my entire life before. I hope I don't again. But now I understand, people who talk about being workaholics and losing weight and not having time to work out. I understand now. So my first 5 days here were ridiculous. I did a lot of media interviews in the exhibition, stuff for like the New York Times, Wall Street Journal. A week before getting here, I was flown up just for a quick 2 days to do this Times Square challenge with the New York Daily, and they ended up doing a feature on me, which was really cool. I recorded interviews with NBC Nightly in the exhibition. I did BBC in the exhibition. I had to travel to the Time Warner building to do, what did I do with it? Which was the Time Warner? Is that ABC? No, that's CNN. CNN, that was CNN. I went to the ABC studio, whatever it's called, to appear live on Good Morning America. And they wanted 2 other Speedcubers to join me, so I got Tim Sun and Andy Smith involved. And if you haven't seen that clip, that was a lot of fun. We did this race where we had 30 seconds to solve as many cubes as possible. The 3 of us are all fast, we're all sub 10, and Andy's really quick. He's currently like the de facto national champion because he was the fastest American in the finals of the World Championship this past year. So I was kind of nervous. I figured Andy would beat me, but it didn't matter to me. That wasn't what was important. The importance of it was just promoting speedcubing and getting us out there. So I was really excited to be a part of that. And prior to going on air, Andy is busting out like some ridiculous solves. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I remember him getting 2 5-second solves before going up there. So I was like, all right, Andy's got this, Andy's got this. And we figured that in the 30-second window we had, and being on live television and that sort of thing, and not being able to, inspect one at a time and, solve one, then inspect and solve 2, we figured that one of us would probably get 3, maybe, and the other 2 would get 2. We were confident we would all solve 2 in that 30-second window for sure. So none of us would look bad, but we weren't sure whether any of us would actually get that 3rd cube. So, we're on air, about to start. We inspected ahead of time, and my first solve was just a little over 10 seconds, and I'm pretty sure that I slammed the cube down like right as Tim and Andy were both doing that. I'm not even sure who finished the first one first. I think it was Tim, but we all finished like right at the same time. So I was like, okay, good, this is a race, this is a race. And I usually average around 8 seconds. First was a little over 10, like maybe, I don't know, 10.2, 10.5, I have no idea. Second one was a little over 10 as well, about as fast as that first one was. I picked up the 3rd cube, and the 3rd one was sort of my easiest setup at the beginning. I had inspected, and I remembered my cross +1. So when I picked up that cube, I did cross +1, and then I had a few relatively easy F2L pairs, and I got to my last layer, and it was the Fru Rough setup. It's the 6-move T OLL. And I get to that, and usually I'd be able to tell when it was skipping, or at least, easily when it would be, corners solved and just have an edge PLL at the end. But on live television, rushing to finish the last one, because I remember I was towards the end of my 2nd solve when one of the producers said, 10 seconds. So I knew I didn't have much time. So going into the last solve, I was just like, okay, let's just spam TPS and see if I can finish this one. So go through the solve, get to the last layer, I do the 6-move T, and the cube is just done. I don't even think I had AUF. I have this on video, so even though my last solve isn't completely in frame in the clip that was live on television, I have a video that my mom recorded live in the studio that you can see all of our solves. Breast can reconstruct them if he wants to. And my last solve was literally faster than Motz's record of 5.55. My last solve, I think it was around 5.1, 5.2, which is absurd because I'm pretty quick, but I don't get low fives very often at all. That was probably my fastest solve in a few months, so that was really, really awesome to get that on live television. Good Morning America. So that happened. I did something with Bloomberg Television, and I really, really loved that interview. It was awesome. I've been traveling to a lot of these things with the CEO and president of the Science Center, Paul Hoffman, and he really is a great guy. He was involved with the first cover story, the first time the Rubik's Cube ever appeared on a magazine, 30 years ago, or whatever it was. He was involved with that. So it only makes sense for him to be involved with this huge project. It's kind of his brainchild. He helped out a lot with the creative process, and he's the one that I believe reached out to Erno and figured out how they were going to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Rubik's Cube. So Paul is great. He's really enthusiastic about this stuff. And I've been traveling around with him to these interviews and media opportunities to promote the speed cubing side of it. So the focus is certainly the exhibition and that sort of thing, which is why if you watch these interviews, I'm not the one talking all the time. That's totally fine. I still get to be there to serve as an ambassador for our sport and solve the cube quickly. It's good for television. I've been hearing from a lot of people that I've developed a pretty telegenetic nature. So on camera, I think I've done pretty well, and I'm really excited because I was so nervous going into a lot of these things. I had done cool stuff before with the Rubik's Cube, cool stuff for television and that sort of thing, but nothing live like on CNN. And if you watch the clip on CNN, the anchor actually tells me right before I'm about to start solving, she's like, "All right, live television, Anthony, no pressure," and that sort of thing. But I've done exceedingly well under that pressure given the circumstances, and I'm really pleased by how all this stuff is turning out. So I don't know exactly where this is leading in the future, but right now for the summer I have a lot of festivals and events and appearances that I'm doing. Right now it's 11:24, so I don't have a lot of time because in a little while there's actually a birthday party being held here at the Science Center. And the kid specifically requested that for his party, he wanted me to be there and he wanted me to give them and his friends a tour of this exhibition, which is fantastic. I love doing that sort of thing. I love getting down and talking to these kids, engaging them, getting them excited about Rubik's Cube. Earlier today I met a kid named Jerry who can solve the cube in about a minute. And, I did some cubing for him. He said he had heard about competitions. He had heard about PLLs, OLLs. He knew what he was talking about. But, he was a little intimidated by the whole thing. He was worried that he wasn't fast enough for a competition or that there were too many algorithms to learn and it would be too difficult. But I told him, hey, look, I have this stuff on my website. There are all these resources. You can break it down. It's a friendly environment and like a really, really positive atmosphere at these competitions. You should check it out. And he's like super excited. I gave him my business card to check out my website. And Jerry, if you find this video, it was great talking to you. So I'm really excited to be able to promote speed cubing, and I think we have huge potential for growth in the near future, especially with all the media stuff that's been going on revolving around the 40th anniversary. Cornelius did a really cool German interview that you should check out, Cornelius Deichmann. He also he posted a link to this speed cubing article. What was it? It was from, I forget, The Daily or something? No, that's not it. The Guardian. The Guardian. And it's an article about the World Championship, and in it they talk about Motz and Felix and Cornelius. And honestly, it's the best speed cubing article I've ever read. It's awesome. You should check it out. I guess Noah, include a link in the description, because really, if you're going to link to anything, that article is awesome. And speaking of linking to things, so all this cool stuff is happening. I have more to tell you, and I'm actually planning to start a bi-weekly vlog series talking about, my life as the first professional speedcuber. So I've talked for a while. I'll update you guys more in these upcoming videos, but I just want to say a few things. First of all, I'm going to be starting this vlog series as well as starting like a weekly solve video and tips video and that sort of thing. So stay tuned for that stuff. I'm about to get much more active on YouTube, which I'm excited for, and these videos are going to be good quality. I'm working with a videographer to film a few other videos I need for projects, and then I'm going to get her help in videoing, recording these videos for the future, and I'm really excited. I think they're going to turn out really well, so I hope you check those out. And also, so I'm going to be more active on YouTube. About a week, 2 weeks ago, I started my public Facebook page. So it was getting kind of overwhelming with a bunch of cubers adding me on my personal page, and I think that's great. I accept almost everyone, and it's good. But I realized at this point I need my public page out there so I can start promoting the sport. So if you guys will check out my Facebook page and like it, I've been posting so many cool things on there, and I say cool and it's about me, but I genuinely think these are awesome, awesome opportunities for our sport that are getting us huge, huge international exposure. So I'm posting that stuff on there. I'm going to, give updates as far as like what's going on. I'm going to be active on it. So I'd really appreciate, a like on that page, and comment, like, share whatever I post. Do with it what you will, because Facebook is shifting towards monetary boosting for posts to show up in people's news feeds. So in order for me to spread my page and have a larger reach to promote speed cubing to the world, I really need the cubing community to help me, spread myself. And I know this is shameless self-promotion. You guys don't have to do this, but if the community helps me out, I really, really genuinely know that we will be able to promote speed cubing and make it larger than it's ever been. A lot of awesome opportunities have been coming my way lately, and on top of these projects I'm doing and these interviews and that sort of thing, I'm organizing events here, and let me just say there's some cool things, cool people who have contacted me recently, and big things are coming. So please like me on Facebook, follow me on there, engage my posts. I'll reply to you if you ask a good question or whatever. Post on my page. Just blow it up, please. I would appreciate it more than you can imagine, because it's good for me and it really is good for speed cubing. I also started my Twitter page. You can check that out too if you like. Going to be more active on YouTube. Right now I'm in the process of redesigning my website, and then I'm working on these other projects, so I'm super excited about that stuff. These projects will be announced soon. Do I have any last things to tell you? If any of you are in the New York, New Jersey area, definitely come check out the exhibition. Send me a message on my public Facebook page and let me know you're coming. I'll make sure I'm there. Typically, my schedule is like Sunday to Thursday, but there's a lot of flexibility. I was here last Friday. I've worked last Saturday. The opening was amazing. I haven't even mentioned that. This VIP opening we did last Thursday. Oh my god, that was phenomenal. You know what I'll actually do? I haven't posted any of this stuff yet, but I'll give you guys a teaser. I'll send Noah a link, and hopefully he can edit it into this video, and just while I'm talking right now, a picture will pop up and you'll see what I'm talking about. But if not, he'll link to it or whatever. But I'll give you a picture from the VIP opening. It was amazing. A lot of really incredible people there. We have this Genius Gala coming up, which I performed at last year, which was out of this world amazing. I'm doing that again this year, so a lot of really, really, really cool things are planned, and I would love for you guys to help me out and spread my page, my social media, and I have a long summer ahead of me, and I'm super excited for all these opportunities, and I'm incredibly humbled to be the first professional speed cuber, because for years none of us thought it would ever happen. And I'm sort of living that dream right now. So I'll keep you posted with everything, and check out my YouTube channel. I'm going to start uploading videos and that sort of thing. So follow me, and let's see where this goes. Thanks, guys.